Way back in the day, 3Com created networking cards that plugged into computers, giving it access to the Ethernet, which is a local network of shared resources, things like printers, storage, and the internet. So Metcalfe explained that whilst the cost of a network was directly proportional to the number of cards, so the cost increased linearly the more cards you bought, however, the value of the network was proportional to the square of the number of users. Or in other words, the value was due to the connectivity between users, enabling them to work together and achieve more than they could do alone. So Metcalfe's law says that the network's value is proportional to the square of the number of nodes in a network. So what are these nodes? The end nodes can be computers, servers, and simply users. So let's just take an example of this. If a network has 4 nodes, its inherent value is 16. Add one more node and the value is 25. Add another and then the value jumps to 36. So what we're seeing is non-linear. The key point here is that the 6th user added more value to the network via the 5 new potential connections than the 5th user did via 4 new potential connections. Each incremental user adds more value to the network than the prior incremental user. While it took until the 20th century to have the concept of network effects be formally identified and named, it is a basic feature of human society and has existed for millennia. Language, religion, and early forms of money all exhibited and benefited from network effects. So you can see how powerful this is when the number of users increase on a platform, which is why we call it the network effect. So network effects have become an essential component of a successful digital business. The internet itself has become an enabler of network effects as it becomes less and less expensive to connect users on platforms. Those able to attract them in masses become extremely valuable over time. Also, network effects facilitate scale as digital businesses and platforms scale. They control more of the market. Network effects create a competitive advantage. So let's take a dating app as an example. Initially, a few users is very limiting, but as soon as the network grows, the opportunity to find a suitable match grows even faster. The value of the network to the user is the number of connections possible. And for the business, the commercial value becomes the data that is generated through user-to-user interactions. This data can capture and analyze to drive more interactions between people and becomes a real advantage. Okay, that's great, but how can we quantify this? So according to NFX, they did a study of digital companies that were founded since the internet was widely available in 1994, and that went on to become worth more than $1 billion. From their research, they suggest that approximately 70% of value in tech is driven by network effects.